then you know it's all a process producing the most favorable outcome because his DNA has no failure in it.
Listen to this. That is conforming, the process is conforming you to the most favorable outcome. Because of our limited mindset and perception, he has to step it in. And he said, that's why he said all things work together for the good of them that love the Lord and call according. He said that the way he's taking you is for the reason that you may have the most favorable outcome. The most favorable. He's not just thinking about you, he's thinking about those connected to you. And that's why he has to take us the route he takes us. Because it's a more favorable outcome if you had this tragedy in your life. It's the most favorable outcome if you lose this house. Don't make sense, do it? He said, I'm always moving you. I'm talking to somebody that I'm always moving you into the direction that's going to have the most favorable outcome. He said, but it's not going to make sense to you. I had to be divorced. Most favorable outcome is at stake. The most favorable outcome, I had to go to jail. The most favorable outcome. There's a scripture in I think it's Mark or Matthew, and it says when the secretary said, Jesus said, good master. Jesus said, none's good but God. And man, I read that scripture, I was like, what is good master? He said, none's good but God. What is this? So as I was studying that, Dr. Lolo was teaching that scripture one day, and he broke it down. He said Jesus was literally telling him, the only one that knows that's good for you is God. To me at that time, having a bank account full of money and all this and that, that's good. He said, the only one that knows what's good for you is God. That would have been good for me then. Having a professional baseball career, Veney said that I was at a scale that I probably could have played professionally in baseball. It would have been good for me. Because if my life hadn't changed, all it would have did, the more money I got, the more of my life would have escalated into the negative I was doing. So he said, well, why there's people that telling me, the guys now that back when I was playing baseball, they said they had a guy down in San Point there, right? Fauntleroy, probably could have made it pro. It wouldn't have been good for me. He wouldn't have had the most favorable outcome. Probably would have died of an OD or something. You see what I'm saying? Only one that knows what's good for you is God. So he guides you with the most favorable outcome in his mindset, in his forefront. That's where we at. We got to trust that eternal GPS, which is the Holy Spirit. That's what it is. It's the Holy Spirit. It's your connection to the home country. And let it guide you. You know, one of the problems God had for me years ago is I had to ask man to obey the Holy Ghost. That's the wrong answer. Allow no voice to be greater in your life than the voice of God. And come by way of the Holy Spirit. You got to know this. You're going to be moving in directions that you never thought you would move in. Because you're going to open yourself up to the eternal GPS system today. You're going to start making decisions based on the home country. Make decisions based on purpose. Not for the most favorable income, not for the most favorable lavish lifestyle. Make decisions based on purpose, because that's going to have the most favorable outcome for you. So that's where we got to conform to this. Because this DNA is moving us. Our God built-in DNA is moving us into our destiny. Amen?
So you are being conformed, not informed.
He ain't telling you everything. He ain't telling you everything. You being conformed, but not informed. So what he's saying is this: as you're being translated into his original intent, a lot of that translation that's taking place, you ain't even being told about what's going on. That's why I said, trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding, but acknowledge him, and he will. Come on, y'all teach me now. You being conformed, but not informed. You know, I just got a vision of this way. Just for those that work at office work, they say, there's going to be a mandatory meeting at 6 o'clock this evening. All management are mandatory to be there. Everybody. What you meeting about? What you meeting about? What are you going to talk about here? You being conformed, but you're not informed. You conform to the image with that word mandatory. That's conforming you. That's a forceful way of conforming. But you're not being informed. And you won't know till you get to the meeting what it's about. That's what it means by being conformed, but not informed. But management does not have the favorable outcome always at their mind for you. Most of the time it's the most favorable for their company. But the person, or not the person, but the one in the eternal GPS has the most favorable one for you. His plans always have you coming out on top. Listen to this. To the point where he'll give his own life up for you to make sure that you get the most favorable outcome. We'll trust management when they try to conform us. But we won't trust God when He try to conform us. Their most favorable outcome is always for that company. God's is always for you. Amen? Who you gonna trust? Who you gonna trust? We gotta trust it. I'm gonna have less trust in man and more trust in God. And let God's system to conform me, even if He don't inform me. Don't tell me everything that's going on. But some of the things, if He tells us we had to go through, we're back there a long time ago. We're back there a long time ago. That's why He don't tell us anything. That's why you got to trust Him. Amen? Amen? Any questions? Any questions? My time is up. Any questions?
Is that why birds know the direction which they migrate to, and they'll like the marking of the hummingbirds, they can travel from continent to continent, so they have a GPS. Is that right?
Listen to this. Jesus made reference to that in Matthew. He said the birds sow nor reap, but your heavenly Father takes care of them. He was making a lesson about we are the master kingdom. We the mankind. We're the highest kingdom. The birds and all of them is a lower kingdom. He's saying if He takes care of things in the lower kingdom, make sure that they know when to fly here and when the food is there for them, when the winter's coming here. And He said, if He takes care of the lower kingdom, how much more will He do for you? You being the dominant kingdom. That's what He's saying. He said, He used an illustration. He said, then He talks about the grass in the fields and the lily. He said, even Solomon in all of his glory was not arrayed as one of them. He said, but then the fire comes, or the heat comes and burn that up. And then God turned around and restored it right back. He said, how much more will he take care of you? We got to know what God, we got to know how God feels about us. Whenever you sit under a benevolent king, when I use the word benevolent, and you never hear this in the government, in the earthly government, when they use the word benevolent. They always say the President of the United States always say the king of this. Benevolent means that this king loves you. That's what it means, benevolent. That's what it means. Benevolent king means that it's a king that loves you. Anybody here have ever been in love before? You did some foolish things. You did some foolish things in the name of love. And you know how and what extent and what extreme you would go to prove someone that you love them. He said this is a benevolent king that would go at whatever extreme to show you that he loves you. Even to the point where he won't tell you everything he's doing. Scared you might ditch him at the altar. See what I'm saying? So trust that inner GPS, that Holy Spirit. Trust it. You know, let it guide you. Let that compass guide you and lead you to a direction he wants you to go with. You know, but that direction has you what? It has the most favorable outcome for you, nobody else, for you. And then when you get to that most favorable outcome for you, you'll be able to reach back and help other people. Amen? Amen. Been enjoying teaching you this morning. We have a 10-minute break, and the next voice will be none other than Prophet Rodney. Veney. Amen.